So, Assalamu alaikum, this is Bashir Khan, and as I stated before, this will be on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to talk about the money saving challenges, and then I'm going to speak about unemployment, and then now we're into the tax season. Okay, so I have two cameras running, so um, try to bear with me. So first, I want to talk about my money saving challenges, which are the saving is sexy challenges, right? So there are three money saving challenges that I do. And typically in the past, I would come here on Facebook and do live videos, but I got away from that because it was a lot of distractions, and I thought I could, hold on to the content and then put it over onto YouTube. So if you get the chance, please go over to my Saving is Sexy YouTube channel and subscribe to that page. But I just want to make sure that there's been lots of people who have rocked with me over the years doing it on Facebook Live. So I didn't want to leave you guys out, and I don't want to leave no one behind, because saving money is very important, and we need, we need reminders. We all do. So again, if you've been doing my saving challenges, I have three challenges, right? So my first saving challenge is the one that I call the penny challenge. Typically, the penny challenge is that you save a penny according to the day of the year. So today is the 17th day of the year, so you will put 17 cents to the side. But what I did was I made it simpler. I totaled up how much you should be saving on a weekly basis according to your change, and I just simply tell you by weeks, 52 weeks out of the year, that you should be saving X amount of coins, right? So this was week number 3. So week number 3 on Friday, and I do it on Fridays because typically people get paid on Friday. If you don't, you just simply find the week that we're in, and then save the coins to coincide with the week that we're in. So again, I typically have like a little jar. This week it was $1.26. So if you're doing all the money saving challenges, and this one being the penny challenge, right? This week you would have a total of $2.31, because the first week was 28 cents, the second week was 77 cents, and this is the third week, which is $1.26, which would give you $2.31. So if you wanted to start your penny saving challenge this week, and this week being week number 3, you simply would have to take a canister, transfer from your savings to your checkings account. It would be $2.31, and then catch me on Friday, and I will update you on how much you should be doing on that day. I thought that would make it simpler, and I tried to to make things simplified, but people still aren't catching on. And so if I gotta keep doing these videos like this, then that's what I'm gonna do, because saving money is important, and it's something that we all should be doing. These challenges are not to make people rich, not in the least. It's just to give you a tool to help you navigate the madness that we've been seeing in our country with unemployment and situations like that. And it's something that we should all be doing anyway, which is saving money. You don't necessarily, should you use all coins? You don't have to use all coins, but whatever's simpler. Like in the first couple of days, the first week, it was 28 cents. So if you had 28 cents, you would save it. But what I do is typically, when I come in the house, no matter how much I have in coins, I throw it in my canister. I have, most people have those big 5-gallon water jugs or whatever. This is just a tool. You can find whatever tool you need, but I'm telling you that if you just stuck with this and you did this from first week to the 52nd week of the year, you would have a minimum $667.95. Now, there has not been a time that I've had just $667.95, because again, we all gonna go out. I'm gonna pop up, I'm gonna come get you, Deanna. We're gonna go out, we go shopping or whatever. You go in 4 or 5 stores. By the time you get home, you might have $2-3 worth of change in just that one day in your pocket. By all means, don't just say, oh, this is the first week and I only needed 28 cents, so that's all I'm gonna save. No, it's just a guide. So that is the penny challenge. And again, I will keep going over. If you need me to go over it, I would try to answer questions, but again, I'm trying to do 2 things at one time, which is make this make this video Facebook Live, and then at the same time I'm making a video to upload onto my YouTube channel. So the second challenge that I have is the dollar challenge, right? It's the same concept, but it's $1 per week. It is not $1 a week a year. $1 a week per year would only give you $52 at the end of the year. It is the week that you're in, which this is the third week, you would have to put $3 to the side. So let's say the first week was $1, right? Then we had week number 2 was $2, which gave you $3 because you took the first week of $1 and then you added $2 additional dollars for the second week, and now this is the third week, which is $3. So 1 plus 2 is 3 plus another 3 gives you 6, right? So first week was $1, the second week was $2, and now this is the third week is $3. So in total you would have 6. So saving your dollars according to the week of the year, at the end of the year, the minimum you would have would be $1,378, right? Yes. So, I mean, I pick up coins and change from everywhere. And even when the weeks are low, like we are now, you could go to the corner store. You could take a $10 bill. You could purchase 2 or 3 things. You might end up with $2, $3 when you come out that corner store. I save those singles. Now, I ain't going to tell you that I do it when the weeks is up, and I can't say that I do that. But when these low weeks, yes, because you never know what may happen next week. You might not have the $3 to save. So if you make yourself a little cushion, then you have leeway to play around with if you're short this week, because stuff happens, right? So typically what I tell people to do also, and I like to give tips, but I don't like confusing people. But what I tell people is, we know that the end of the year, the last 2 weeks of the end of the last week and the beginning of the first the week and the beginning of the new year, typically people get holiday pay. So I always tell people to start backwards, right? Because 52 and 51, everybody get that extra holiday pay. Most people, I don't, because I'm on salary. Sucks being me. But you know, so I say do it backwards so that when you get to December of 2021, you're down to $1 and $2, especially people who are celebrating holidays, what have you. You might not have the $52 because you want to buy gifts or whatever, but if you did it the opposite way, then it's so many ways that you could do it. So let's say this week you're out and about and you're doing something, and you get home and you have $12, right? So if you have it to put it to the side and you don't necessarily need that $12, then I just would say find the week, right? Week number 12, and then just cross it out and put the $12, you know, transfer it to your savings account or put it in your, I tell people to use these little envelopes. I still have $3 in mine because I'm not going to be saving money in my house like that. So that's what I tell people to do. Put it in your envelope once a week, twice a week, or whatever. Go to the bank, deposit it. You know, right now it's just a couple coins or whatever, but in the weeks to come, as the money multiplies and grows, you don't want to keep the money in your house. So that is the dollar challenge, right? So the next challenge that I do is the $5 challenge. A lot of people start off saying, oh, I'm going to do the $5 challenge. You know, it's very hard to do when you get into July, August, around that time when it's 5 times. This is multiplying. This is not addition. This is multiplying. So the first week is $5. The second week would be $10. And the third week would be $15. So right now you're supposed to have $30 in your $5 envelope. I only have one $5 right here in mine because I transfer mine from my checking to my savings account. It's the smart thing to do. Do not get caught up and keep all this money in your house. Now, yeah, you saw me with all the 5s or whatever, but that was only because of COVID, and I wasn't going to go stand in that line at the bank. But I do not recommend that you do that. So that's what I would say. So again, the $5 challenge is multiplying. It's multiplying the week that we're in. So when this is the 20th week of the year, which is like May 14th, it's the 20th week, it would be 20 times 5. So that week you will be saving $100. This challenge is not $5 a week. in order for it to be $5 a week, you would only save for the year $260 because it's 52 weeks in a year, and 52 times 5 is 260. So that is not what this challenge is. This challenge is multiplying the week that we are in. And again, no matter if you're doing the penny challenge, the dollar challenge, or the $5 challenge, it is according to the week. When you look on your card, you'll see the amount, and then you'll see the total, because I'm telling you the amount that you're supposed to save. The total is what your sum would be for the weeks that have accumulated prior to the week that we're in, if that makes sense to everybody. So I hope you understand that, and those are the 3 money saving challenges. You can do it in any way that you see fit, but because I have hundreds of people following these challenges, I cannot do every one for everybody. So I just thought it would be simple to break it down by the weeks. If you inbox me and you want to do a Saving is Sexy, you want me to mentor you on how to save money, there is a small fee to that. This right here is free, so you're going to want to tune into these YouTube channels, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and comment, and I'll get back to you. But if I got to do it one-on-one, which I have no problem with, because we're growing, we're trying to grow our community, right? We're trying to learn basic banking and saving techniques. Financial literacy is what we're trying to become strong within our community. We have so much money that passes through our community in terms of revenue and our spending power that we just need to stay on point with that. So again, if you purchase these cards, I thank you. I appreciate it. And again, please, these are my intellectual properties here. Don't just be like, oh, I'm going to buy her card and I'm going to copy them for 20 of my girlfriends or whatever, because that's some bullshit. There's no nice way to say it, right? It's $5, right? Respect me. I've been giving away a lot of stuff through the years for free, and I have no problem with doing it. But $5, come on now. Help a sister out, right? And investing in Saving is Sexy, you're investing in me, my brand, to help me help my community. Point blank, period. So don't steal my shit. Don't do that. I'm too nice of a person for that, for you to do that, So I want to move on now to unemployment and talk about what I see. Now, I am not, as I stated, a financial advisor. I am not, and I do not work for unemployment. But last year, March, when faced with unemployment, because I supervise almost 40 people at a time, some of my part-time staff members were laid off. My full-time staff members, because their union continued to be paid. So I was sitting at home and I just was reading stuff, and so I got well versed with the unemployment situation. So unemployment, when you get unemployment, which is unemployment insurance, typically you have to work more than 20 weeks in a calendar year, and your base amount has to be around $11,000 to get unemployment. So it's usually like $220 a week is what you would qualify for unemployment. The minimum. Some people get top tier, which is like $700 and something dollars, like $740, I believe. Don't quote me, but that's the top that a person could get. So what you want to do is, when you're filing for unemployment, is that one of the very first questions that they ask is that, would you like to have federal taxes taken out? And you should say yes. It's 10%. I know it's only a percentage of what you typically would take home, but you're going to thank me later, especially if you have small children and you bank on that earned income credit getting. If you do not have taxes taken out, let's say let's say you have a young girl, a man that makes maybe $20,000, you got two kids, you typically would get anywhere from $9,000 to $11,000 back in your in income tax. But because you did not opt to take taxes out, it's going to be offset, and that offset is typically coming from your what you would take home and earn income credit. So, and I might be off a little bit, but it's just, I'm just trying to explain it the best way that I know how, where that money's going to come from, because your earned income credit is based on where you fall in the brackets. You know, you always look at the box and be like, oh, I got 2 kids, so if it's between this and this, I get this much back. But your earned income is going to be less. I'm sorry. Your taxable income is going to be less because you collected unemployment. So you might find yourself in a different area bracket. So be mindful of this. So I want to keep going. So you had unemployment, then you had PUA. PUA was 46 weeks, and it was for people who typically didn't make the necessary amount to get regular unemployment. So let's say you were a barber, or you a gig worker or something like that. So the government set up PUA, and I saw a lot of people were getting 231. Initially was getting 231. So that is what PUA is. The other thing was FPUC, which was the federal, what was it called? Federal Pandemic Unemployment Compensation, right? So that was the $600 that people got if you came home and you answered those 13 questions. You lost your job due to COVID, and you got that $600 on Monday. Yes, because it's not earned income, because they didn't work for it. Exactly. So you got that $600 on Monday. I do not know why, and I can't explain it, but I do not know what the Black community listens to. Like, it's almost like we thrive off of negativity and wanting to report false stuff. And that is the reason why I bailed out, because I just was like, if you're going to listen to whatever you want to listen to, I'm not going to waste my breath and keep repeating the same thing. And I'll be damned if I'm going to allow somebody to be like, well, you told me this or whatever. No, because you heard what you wanted to hear. So let's be clear. The FPUC, ooh, that's a mouthful, right? That was the $600. So let's say you claimed you did your unemployment on Monday. You typically got your check on Wednesday. The following week on Monday, you got the $600. It was extra $600. Yes, some people were getting more money than they typically would have saw getting up, going to work 9 to 5. Blame it on the rain. I don't know. I think it's ridiculous. There's lots of people like myself who have been working. We haven't been compensated. You know, I guess you can say the compensation is that we still employed or whatever. But when you come to today, and people are still complaining about money and have received more money than they typically have in the past, then who are you blaming? You know, that's why saving is sexy, right? But we saw it. People got money, the extra $600, and it was eyelashes, crabs, shrimp, and fingernails being done. And everybody was popping bottles, right? Everything comes to an end. So that came to an end the end of July. I think the last check went out August the 5th or 6th. That was the extra $600, right? So then if you were unemployed from, let me see, I think it was August 1st to September 5th. Yeah, August 1st to September 5th or the 6th. Then you got LWA. That was the extra $300 that the government kicked in. So then that, I think the most anybody got was, because it was 6 weeks, that was $1,800. So then your income was supplemented then too, right? But in the meantime, from all of that too, we did get the stimulus check, which was $1,200, and then you got extra money according to how many children you had. So you got coins from that too. Some of y'all 4 or 6 kids, y'all had some guap like that. You know what I mean? I got $1,200. I'm grateful that I got $1,200. I still got my $1,200. But I ain't gonna have it long, because I got me a grandson coming. Holla. Throw it all away. So it is what it is. So then December came, and then that was the end of unemployment. So we thought, because they didn't pass the new bill or whatever, but they passed the bill. And I don't know why people think, oh, they passed the bill. This is just a hypothetical date or whatever. They passed the bill December the 26th. People was expecting their money December the 27th. Now, if you was paying attention, Why would you think you was going to get money the next day when they still haven't corrected the situation with unemployment back from March the 28th? This New Jersey we talking about, right? You can't even move in the state of New Jersey and get your income tax on time. You move, then they want you to send in your birth certificate, prove your residency and all that. You could have not thought that you was going to get money that quick. And we seem to be mixing two things. Unemployment came from the state that you live in. The PUA and FPUC came from the federal government, along with your stimulus checks come from the federal government. You had to certify weekly regular unemployment to get those supplemental benefits, but it was dispersed by the federal government, right? The federal government gave the states X amount of money. I think it was like almost a couple $1 trillion, and then the states had to dispense of it. New Jersey's still behind. I still know people who haven't gotten their funds totally all together. So now what's happening is the second stimulus came out, right? So everybody didn't get their second stimulus check, and they will be getting it. I think I just got mine's maybe last Thursday, I think it is. So yeah, it was December the 26th, and then I didn't get mine until sometime in January, you know. But again, I wasn't expecting to get it December the 27th. I just wasn't, you know. And when it came, it would have come. Now, I know my situation is different than some folks, but it ain't too much different. I'm telling you guys this all the time. I'm not rich. I'm just not paycheck to paycheck. I'm like paycheck to every other one. And sometimes when it's the third check in a month, I'm like, hot diggity damn, I'm on it. But, you know, I don't spend all my coins. Yeah, exactly. So, Darlene is saying her son applied for unemployment back in October and he still hasn't gotten it. So, again, you had the first stimulus, which was the $1,200, and now people got an extra $600 recently, and then there's supposed to be a third one. Now, this is tax season, and I'm only going to tell you what I know to be true, what I've seen from doing taxes. I've only done a couple so far, and I did not put them through because, again, the federal government already stated that they are not accepting transferred, you know, electronic filed income tax until February 15th, right? So you can prepare it and you can do all that you want and you can send it through, but it ain't going to be accepted until February 15th, and you still going to wait 14 days. So we will see those black and white tags come the first week of March, second week of March. Y'all just got to pump your brakes a little bit. You're going to have to wait. I think they're doing it because when I did a couple of the income tax that I did, it does ask the question, did you get the first stimulus check? And then it'll ask you how much. And then it says, did you get the second stimulus check? And then it asks you how much, right? This is a fact. You are not being taxed on the stimulus money. You are not. Don't tell a lie and say, oh, my cousin Keisha said. Keisha ain't tell you shit. You ain't getting taxed on that. It's a tax credit. Stop lying. You're confusing things. What you are getting taxed on is that extra $600 and that unemployment. You're not getting taxed on it by the state of New Jersey, right? So you didn't pay taxes in the state of New Jersey, but you are paying 10% federal tax on your unemployment money. Two different things. The same way you get an income tax check from the federal government and the same way you get an income tax from the state of New Jersey. It's the same concept. It does not change. Again, y'all, I don't know why y'all take from people, and I swear, like, we just want to hear, we like to be lied to. Because no matter how many times I post it and how many times I say it, somebody's still in my inbox and like, you know, and for me, people be like, oh, you too mean, Bashira, you whatever. It's not a case of being mean. It's a case of we will argue some bullshit, right? Knowing it ain't true. We will argue it and be red in the face and da-da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da-da and all that and be wrong. And then when somebody come and tell you something and tell you the truth and show you where it's in black and white, we don't want to hear that. So I just get like, you know what? I'm done. So now I'm just posting it. When I post it, maybe after I answer it one time, and maybe another time somebody asks a different way, after that I give up, because some of y'all, it's not even about me. It's about the anxiety that y'all causing others. It just is. I just don't get it. I really don't, and it's not necessary. And plenty of people tag me and stuff, and say ask Bashira, and I try my best, but when it comes to being that you want to argue and hoot and holler, I can't. I'm not going to be able to do. I'm just not built for it anymore. I'm old now. It's just not. So again, it is no. You are not paying taxes on the stimulus money. It was a credit, right? So you will be paying taxes if you did not, on the federal portion of your unemployment. Yes. You do not pay taxes on it in the state of New Jersey. You only pay on it for the federal. So I hope everybody click that button and hit take that 10% out, right? I hope you did that. Again, you will not be able to file your income tax until February 15th. That's electronically filed. Now, I do know people who have businesses, and I know people who go to H&R Block and other entities like that. They may do it, but again, they tell you it's a loan against your money. So if something goes wrong, you're going to have to pay that money back. Point blank, period. That's what it's going to have to be. So choose wisely. Again, because of the way things are set up, I would just say, like, save something. You know what I mean? Save a little bit. Because on average, they say we're supposed to have $400 saved. And in a grand scheme of things, you'll be like, oh, $400 ain't nothing, right? But $400 back March 28th, 2020, you had $400, you went out to the store, you got them necessities, you were sitting like, okay, it's that calm that it gives you, knowing that, you ain't on zero, and it's just something that we really need to start talking about and being about in our communities, because we just waste a lot of money, and I waste a lot of money too. Y'all know I'm the takeout queen. I love eating out. I swear it has to be this. It has to be an itis. It's not that foodie thing, because I like to eat out. It's just something about it. I'd be like, ooh, I don't want to go in the kitchen. So I have, things that I need to stop short of doing. But, I always justify it with, like, I don't smoke cigarettes. I ain't going to get that cup of coffee from Starbucks. And I don't have any vices, I should say. But I guess wanting to go out every night is a vice too. So I have something. We all do. So, but just to be able to save a little bit of money is going to help you greatly. So we want to look into budgeting, and budgeting is real simple, right? You don't have to be elaborate with how you budget. I love the dollar store. Saving is sexy. Get to the dollar store, get a little pad and a pen. That's $2. Invest $2 and write some stuff down, right? So I'm gonna give you a tip. So this is how I learned to save money way back when, right? One of my girlfriends taught me this. So I wrote down all my bills, right? I have 2 children. Not too many years did I ever get thousands of dollars in refunds, because I didn't really qualify for earned income credit too many years. But when I did, and I got like $9,000 back one year, it must have been the year that I had them, because my income was in the basement, but I got $9,000. So what I did was I wrote down everything, right? So let's say you do your income tax February 15th and you send it, right? And so you know March 1st is coming. March 1st, you take a piece of paper. Before March 1st, you take a piece of paper and you put rent, and you put electric, you put gas, you put all the things that you pay on a monthly basis down on a piece of paper, and you total them up, right? So let's say it comes to $2,400 on average. Let's say if it comes to $2,400. What I recommend people doing is that the minute that your income tax hits, pay all them bills. And then you'll be ahead for the month of April. So when April, if there's 4 checks in April, if you're fortunate to still be working, just take those 4 checks and save them, stash them, because now you have, a lump sum of money. And I'm saying, like, if you got over 2,400, right? We ain't going nowhere. You might be flued out, but you could go to Florida for real cheap now. So think in terms like, this is the time I want to save at least a third of what I get back from income tax. So you take that $2,400 and you pay all your bills for the whole month of March. You stack your checks so that when April comes, at the beginning of April, you can begin to pay all your bills at the same time. So now you're creating a habit. You're no longer waiting because your cable bill is due on the 12th, paying it on the 12th. You're going to pay all your bills at the beginning of the month, which is going to set you up for a new habit, right? And create new spending habits and trends, I should say. So that's how I started learning how to save money. I waited to income tax time and did that. Another tip that I did, and it helped me out, was that January 1st, freecreditreport.com. This was some years ago, right? Now we have Credit Karma. You can do a Credit Karma, get your credit report right on your phone. You can open it up, look at it, and see it, and be like, bam, this is what I'm going to do, right? Anything over 7 years, don't you touch it. Leave it right there. You hit dispute. If it's, what's today? 2021. And you have something on there from 2013, you want to start attacking those and saying, I'm no longer responsible for this debt. And every one of them will start coming on. It has to be 7 years old, right? Don't you call none of them creditors saying, oh, I want to make payments, or none of that kind of stuff, because you started all over again. It's just smart to the address is on your credit report. Send them a money order. Boom. When they get it, it's paid off. Or them little things come in the mail. I don't recommend paying nobody where your debt has been paid off too. You get those little things and be like, oh, we're willing to settle your debt for this. It's already been paid. And somebody got a tax write-off on that. Bye. See you. That's just my opinion, But my credit score at times is at 800. So that's how I work mine. And now I don't, I'm just getting ready to tell y'all a lie, right? My credit score, woo! I ain't even gonna tell y'all what I've been doing since I found out I was having me a grandson. So, but I'm not worried if my credit score go down, because I'm not looking to purchase anything right now. And by the time I want to purchase something, I know how to play with my credit score to get it going back up, right? So you only really want to utilize 30% of the face value of your card. I'm telling you, I don't want over 30% of my face value of my card. And not because I didn't have the cash, but because I like to play with my my credit cards. I like to move them over to 0% and stuff like that. So I'm just never worried about it because I know how to play the game with it. So yes, so Lance is saying financial literacy and financial discipline is the least spoke subject in our communities. Yeah, it really is. And no one, I did go to college for accounting, but I learned about money through trial and error. And I'm telling you, having one of the moments when I was going to the ATM and I needed $10 and my account might have been $12. And I was like, how many times you going to do this? Because I really didn't have, someone to go and ask for money for. Or I wouldn't even say that. I don't want to say that my parents wouldn't have gave me money, but my pride and my ego at a time when I was having my children was like they my children, and I just was like, make this better. Another thing that pushed me to do my work on my credit and stay on top of it was just once I realized that when my daughters became of age, the possibility of them working and doing all that they're supposed to do as far as like getting into college and stuff, and then I not qualify for a student loan, that would have crushed me. You know what I mean? So I just was like, stay on top of it, stay on top of it. But the closer they got to graduating high school and the more I paid attention, this is just my belief, I was never going to go in debt for my kids' education. And you see it. We do it all the time here in our community. And then you have those trunk parties, and you do this and you do that, and then your kid go away for one semester, and then they back home working in a casino. So I don't recommend going into debt for your child's education at all. If they want that, they got to put it in their name. And so Anaya has graduated from college, and she went into debt with that herself. Maliha, by the time Maliha was graduating, I had just lost my job at the Rebel. So Rutgers had a program that if you made under a certain amount of money, it was free. So she went there, and now I work at a community college, and she's been taking classes there. But if she wants more, she got to do it herself, because at the end of the day, they might put me in a nursing home any old way after I done spent all my coins on them. These hoes ain't loyal. Woo! It's like, nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I don't recommend that, you know, and so it is what it is. Anybody have any questions? Because I'm not going to a restaurant to eat today, but I am going over to Khan's house tonight. It's Sunday night. I'm going to Ms. Zayda Khan's house for some Pakistani food. So yeah, so it is what it is. So again, Saving is Sexy. I appreciate everybody. If you need anything, just please inbox me. I try to answer the questions to the best of my ability. And as I see stuff coming up, I'll try to be mindful and post it. Again, I'll just be posting stuff. After I see where a question has been answered in the comments, I'm turning the comments off, because my mental health matters, and that of my friends and my loved ones matter too. And I just don't want people to be, there's no need to keep repeating the same thing, going over the same thing, and going over the same thing and same thing when you causing anxiety in other people who are really out here hurting and struggling. And so it's supposed to be each one teach one. That's what I strive to do. And I thank everybody for tuning in. I love y'all. Assalamu alaikum. Have a great night. Holla. Saving is Sexy. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Holla at your girl, Bashir Khan. Thank you.